So, good evening, guys. Tonight is Meet the Client, and I am very fortunate to introduce you to one of our favorite clients, Mistress Sheila. So, she's going to tell you a bit more about herself, give you an intro, and then we're going to take it from there. And I'm going to ask her some questions because obviously she's our client. Just ask her some key questions about the business and get her perspective, and then we'll take it from there. So, good evening, Sheila. Thank you for joining me.
Hi,
Um,
Sylvette. No problem.
would you
Yeah.
like to begin with your introduction, please?
Yeah, well, my name's Sheila. I'm married to Ronald, and I have two children called Jack and Paige, who are twins, and they're just going to be 15 tomorrow. It's all go at the moment with that type of thing. I have been friends, I think, with Sylvette and Rosario for a while, as well as a client. So, and I've been lucky enough to not only sample food from the Zur gluten-free range, but also know how brilliant Rosario and Sylvette are at cooking food, and had you cater for my wedding. You offered to cater for my wedding, which was amazing, and it's still being talked about to this day, over a year on. And it's just testament to the skill and creativity of both of you, and it just comes through in everything that you do around food. So yeah.
If you had to name one of, I mean, over the years, you've tried so many different things from Zoll. I mean, Rosario's created so many different products. Um, if you had to pick one product that, or one meal that was your favorite, can you name one? I think because you've had so many.
Yeah,
Can you pick something that kind of sticks in your mind that can go, what, right, this is it. This is the one
yeah.
that I particularly enjoyed.
That's really easy for me. I love the saltfish and the herring equally in your cassava breads. And I've had them in many different ways, from an addition to, say, a breakfast meal, to having them as like a burger type meal with various fillings like mushrooms and things like that. Love them. I could eat them for breakfast, but they're equally good for a lunch dish and a main meal, and for a special meal as well. You know, to me, I'm very versatile. Love them. Great spicy, great flavouring, and yeah, really does pack a punch, them as well. So they're my favourite. I've tried some of the wraps as well, and favourite of ours is the coconut wrap. I think, in contrast, I think the flavoured ones are really nice as well. But for us, and for me especially, the coconut one is, it's just great. It's got great versatility, and you can just put your own ideas in there, and it doesn't sort of conflict the flavour. It just enhances it and makes it a little bit more interesting to put your own ideas into play with fillings, whether it's a regular thing for a lunch thing, so you know, the usual things like tuna, to more sort of elaborate things with chicken and spicing, and things like Ronald does with them, with his Caribbean sort of background. Yeah, lovely. Yeah,
It's quite nice because not many people actually know our history, so it's kind of nice to go back and talk to someone who's actually seen the whole process and the whole journey and
yeah,
get their perspective on the growth of the company. And,
yeah,
you know, seeing it from different eyes. So it's nice to kind of sit down with you. I know we don't do it as often, but it's nice to kind of
yes,
catch up and talk about something that for me is quite important to hearing, you know,
yeah,
customers' views, whether it be it friends or, you know, business colleagues. It's
yeah,
nice to know that you're going, whether or not you're doing something right and whether or not the customers are happy, and
yeah,
taking it from there. So it's been a privilege to have you along this journey. Um,
yeah.
Experiencing that with us has been fascinating.
Yeah, and it's been a privilege for us, you know, Sylvette, right from when we first met you, and being in the kitchen where it all happens, seeing the big pan with the cassava breads, and since then, just knowing what effort goes into it, and the hours that you and Rosario spend, and often when we're talking, you're kind of ready to be going on for hours more, and I'm tired and I'm ready to go to bed. It's just amazing. The energy and, as I say, the integrity of your products. And I'm sure a lot of people feel that, you know exactly what's going in them, in terms of, seeing how all these products are cooked. And it's great. It's quite inspiring. And I think one of the testaments, to the success of you guys with us, and buying your products, and sharing meals, and having that, is the fact that, yes, cassava's healthy and the food you do is healthy, but for me, I'm not necessarily an athlete or anybody like that. I'm just a regular Joe who, who likes to have something that's flavoursome, and your foods are flavoursome. So that's what I go for first. And the added bonus is, obviously, it's healthy, but the flavour's there first for me, because I like eating, and there you go. It's all of that, isn't it? It's great.
Absolutely.
Mm.
Well, would you recommend this and why? I know it sounds like a simple question, but for
Mm.
us it's quite important. Would you recommend this
Yeah,
and why would you recommend this?
I'd recommend you because I think you're a local business, and I think it's important to support local businesses. But as I say, I know exactly what happens in the process, not exactly every single detail, but I've seen sort of what goes into making them. And I think that's important when you're recommending it to people. And I recommend you because you're a company that's family orientated. I like that. You live what you do as well. I see that in yourselves and in your children as well, and that's testament to that. So that's why I'd recommend it, and just purely because it's good value for money, and the flavors are there. Not going to like every single flavor, but that's a choice thing, but I like most of them, and that's why I would recommend you. And I have recommended you to people, and my family have had it as far away as Yorkshire, and
Yes.
they've enjoyed it. My sister's got certain health issues, which I think I asked you about, around
Yes.
how cassava can help with things like psoriasis and things like IBS and things like that. Yeah, so your products are travelling as well. So yeah, that we're recommending you already. So that's why. So
Uh,
yeah,
well, thank you for taking the time to speak to me this evening. It was
no
lovely catching
problem.
up with you as always. So
Yeah,
have a good night.
you too, Sylvette. Take care.
Take care.
Bye.
Bye.